we will put it on Spotify and Apple.
You can talk about it
Okay,
here.
wherever you want.
I mean, today, I don't know, but we'll do it.
Yeah.
You write it down.
It's just always wherever
No, I think that's awesome.
sometimes it feels a little manic.
A lot of people, it's awesome, I think it's
Okay.
great. You should do it. That's great. Welcome to the show, everyone. We're going to be talking about something very important in just a minute. I want to say hi to everybody on Facebook, so hi to everybody out there. My first guest has been on with me quite a lot. I have with me Scott Fischer. He's the owner of Options for Senior Living. Welcome to the show. You have a lot going on. I mean, a lot.
Always
And
do.
First, I want you to tell them about you.
Okay.
And then what you've got going on today. Listen up, everyone, because this is important for everyone to hear.
Well, thank you. I love coming in here because when we come in a few minutes before the show, like the energy's good. We always and you always launch us into the show with all this enthusiasm, and I love that you do that. It helps me. I want to match your enthusiasm and share. I've owned a business called Options for Senior Living since 2003. We work with families, primarily the adult children, who have parents that are experiencing challenges with their aging journey that might need resources, particularly long-term care, assisted living, that kind of thing. And so we provide a free service to families, help them guide them through the journey. And then we're compensated under a bunch of contracts we have all over the city with over hundreds and hundreds of senior living providers. So assisted living, memory care, group home, independent living, all that stuff, we work with all of them. Part of our mission is to educate our larger community. I've always, for years before I started the business, I was even an educator at the community college level, teaching in their colleges of nursing, and I always had a heart for teaching. And so we're bringing a series of community events today. We're calling them Stay at Home Safe. The first event today is in the Biltmore at the Embassy Suites at 3:30. So if you're listening, you're not doing anything,
Turn your car around.
Come over and join us at the Embassy Suites. Here we are partnering with some of our colleagues, a home care operator, an attorney, and a Phoenix fireman. And we're going to be talking about the impact that falling is having on our community, how it's impacting our first responders, what things do we need to be what things do we need to be doing to be prepared at home and stay home safe. So yeah.
So number one is falling.
Yeah.
Right? And I want to talk about this because, a lot of people, I know that. Well, you don't realize who it affects. It's not just the person that fell or even you, the family members, okay? But it also leaks out to our firemen, and it is hard on them, especially when they're coming over and over and over again. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, that's a real thing. If you can believe this, in 2025, if you add up Phoenix, Scottsdale, Chandler, Glendale, like all of the surrounding cities, those fire guys are gonna run close to 100,000 times this year just to pick us up off the ground. Most of it's at home. Some of it is in some of the established senior living communities, and that's another issue. But you think about how many times the guys come running and they know the addresses that they're going a third and the sixth and the ninth time, and some even more.
Oh, wow.
To the same addresses. And so little Helen and Joe, they know when Corey's working, and they know what day Lance is on because they've been there so much. And it's not a joke. They really know. Our response times are going down. The cost to roll the trucks is $1,000 or $1,500 every time they do it. So think of the cost to the city, think of the response times. So when they need to be at real crises and they're picking somebody up, it's an impact.
You know what, and that's why they are having these little seminars. Today, they are having one at 3:30. This one is gonna be at the Biltmore, right? And it is from 3:30 to 5. Stay safe at home, safe, it's all about safety. Now, I do have to talk about you for a minute.
Okay.
And I just have to say, as a seniors advocate, you are the one, okay? And I thank you for everything that you're doing for our seniors and to educate their loved ones to realize what, now not only do you own a business, but you also walk in their shoes because you are living it, right? And resources, you're the person to go to. If you out there, and you know what, Thanksgiving is around the corner and a lot of people are gonna be coming in town, seeing family that you might have seen your mom and dad, because a lot of people don't live here. Their parents might be living here and you don't live in the same state or vice or whatever. The fact is that when you come in and you see something wrong, you see somebody a little wobbly, we need to do something about that. And it may not just be leaving, and that's something that you wanna talk a little bit about.
I do. You mentioned resources. I think that after 20 plus years of working with some of the best colleagues and collaborators around town that are in different verticals, so there's home care operators and elder law attorneys and my goodness, even like guys that do home modification and real estate and move management. You know, it's kind of funny. It's like, you know how you like people say like, I know a guy. Well, like I know a lot of guys because when we work with families, they often need 5 or 6 resources, not just one. A good buddy of mine is a human resource manager for the State Department of Agriculture, and she called me. She had an employee that was having some challenges, and her dad had been in and out of the hospital, I don't know, multiple times over the course of a year. It was impacting her at work. Okay, so adult kids have jobs, and then their parents are having all this stuff, and it's very difficult. That person was able to call me, and with one phone call, we put about 5 or 6 of our colleagues in play based on what she told me. Got dad moved, got him a new home, got his house sold, got him move managed, got him some new benefits from the Veterans Administration, got her powers of attorney redone, and got his insurance looked at. So one phone call took care of everything by just knowing the right guy, you know what I mean? And so I've tried to position myself as the right guy. I'm living it with my own mother. She's been in the hospital or skilled nursing literally 6 out of the last 7 weeks and just went home yesterday. And so I'm very in touch with the pain of this. And being self-employed, I can go run and help her when I need to, or I can navigate my way around my schedule better than a lot of people who
Most people can't.
unfortunately, you know, can't because the job requires them at the desk, in the cubicle, at their responsibility. So I
You just
feel
said a
the
word
pain, yeah.
that really, I want to, responsibility. You know, a lot of people complain about the taxes are high and this and that and the other thing. Well, let me just tell you something. If we started within our own homes, because just keeping your mother-in-law or your mothers in, or your whatever, your significant people in your family, your loved ones, I got it out, I was thinking of the word, but if we have them safe there from the get-go, these things, won't trickle down the way that it is. And this is so important that you're not just having one seminar.
Yep.
You are having another one on the 13th, that's gonna be 2 on that day of November, and also one on the 19th, and we're gonna talk about where they're gonna be and all of that. But this is how important it is for people to understand how we wanna keep our loved ones. If they're gonna stay home, they gotta be safe.
I have watched for years people react, and the way my mom was kind of orchestrating her life, we were constantly in react mode. And what I want to do is teach people how to create a safe environment, get the right system around our loved ones so that we're managing that process more than just reacting every time to it. I do a talk, and it's kind of it's kind of a parody or it's a metaphor called Storm Clouds on the Horizon. And it's a metaphor of how the monsoon season in August or July around here always like surprises us when it happens, and it starts out in the morning, it's no big deal, but by 4:30 in the afternoon, you know, the big storm's in town and everybody's like, wow, where did that come from? Well, life is very much like that. Little things are happening in our family's lives or our loved ones' lives that we're not paying attention to all the time, or we're not interpreting them the right way. And then, boom, here comes the broken hip. Boom, here comes the Alzheimer's diagnosis. Boom, here comes the stroke or the AFib episode. And then as adult kids, we're reacting. So how can we get ahead of the game a little bit and work and love our families before we get there?
And there's an answer.
I believe in education and preparation.
Education, and don't wait.
Yeah.
Do not wait. Get ahead of this. This is what we're talking about. Now, you can call him. His phone number is 602-845-1320. Check him out on his website. It's optionsforseniorliving.com. Hang tight. We're going to be back in just a minute. Okay, now, I want to come back, and first off, I want you to talk about these.
Okay.
That we're having them again. And I want to make sure too, before I say it, that are these listed here on your website? Not sure yet.
They're on our sister company, and I can say it's seniorresourceconnectors.com.
Okay, I'll let you do that.
Yeah.
And I also want to do this too here, but, and then I want to come back and go back to,
And these are free. Just
Oh.
look, make a point, say, hey, there's no
Okay.
charge. We want the community to
Right.
involve.
right,
This is for you.
right. Okay.
On
What-
sale.
Yeah, and also,
I'm running right now. The ad's running for this
Yeah.
right now.
right, I did it,
Yeah.
they've been running.
Yeah.
I've been running them every day.
Okay.
And throughout, we did those, I think it was 2 weeks that we
Yeah,
did those.
yeah.
I don't know if it's yet done or what, but I know those are running there too.
Okay.
I'm ahead of you. So,
And then we can go here.
I wanna do
Yeah,
this
then we
too.
can- Yeah, then we
Yeah.
go there. talk
and I
about
want
it.
you to say your podcast too.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah, it's, the launch is coming. We're gonna record the first episodes on Friday, and my third guest will be, an elder law attorney. So those individuals represent industries that either work with clients or have employees, like HR directors or business owners, who are feeling the pain of
Well,
this.
we've never talked about that part of it, you
Yeah.
know, how it trickles down to the person at work. You know, we always think of our kids.
Yep.
Oh, my kid's sick, I gotta go
Yeah.
home, my kids.
Yep.
Well, what about my parents?
It's all parents now. FMLA. Remember when the Clinton administration passed FMLA and everybody got their
Oh, I
jobs
think I
protected
remember.
back
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
90s?
yeah.
And then dads
Oh,
even
yeah,
say,
yeah, yeah.
Dad could take 2 weeks
Yeah.
off. I think we have one minute.
Yeah.
Dad could take 2 weeks off, and they'd have to give him the 2 weeks off to go, even if it was without pay. He could take the
Yes,
maternity
that's
leave.
what changed, I
Well,
remember that.
The biggest set of claims are now because kids are taking care of their parents.
I have no
Yeah,
doubt.
yeah. That's a hard business.
So welcome back, everyone. Everyone who is listening right now should really turn their cars around and go to the Biltmore. There is a free event. This is an event that is educational. I want you to talk a little bit about it, Scott, again, and what you're doing it, why you're doing it, and then I'll get out the information. It starts at 3:30. It is free.
It is free. We're going to be at the Embassy Suites right there on the Biltmore, at the Biltmore on Camelback. The intention is to introduce our community, your listeners, to a member of the Phoenix Fire Department, one of our favorite attorneys in town, and a good buddy of mine that runs a private duty home care company where they provide caregivers in the house. All of them are going to have a little different perspective on staying safely at home, how to wrap yourself with the right care, services, legal, and of course interfacing and hearing what the issues are that the fire department and the first responders around the city are feeling and understanding. They're not mad, they're gonna get mad if we don't learn to stay safely at home, and so they wanna partner with us and understand each other better, so that, and so today's a chance to bring everybody together for that.
So the first thing I have to say is to the parents out there.
Yeah.
I want to talk about your loved one that's the parent. You can't hide the fact that you're falling. This is something that I think that we've been talking about for a
Yep.
long time too, because everybody's either, they just don't want to lose their independency, so when they start to fall, they hide it.
Yep.
Don't do that. Let's be upfront with
Yep.
it, let's be honest about it, because it just turns into a mess. We've talked about my ex-mother-in-law, I mean, it happens all the time.
Yep.
So, staying at home and being safe, this is number one. They are having 3, but plus,
Yep.
plus,
Beyond the day,
beyond the day?
beyond today.
Yes, they
Yes.
are, go ahead.
Okay, so on next Thursday, the 13th, we will be in Sun City West in the morning at 9
To 11?
to
At-
11 at the POR, the Property Association there in Sun City West. And then later that day, we will be at 1 o'clock at the Civic Center Library in downtown Scottsdale. The Scottsdale Fire Department will be with us that day and part of that conversation. And then on the 19th, we're super excited to be in Chandler, and we will be at the Tumbleweed Recreation Center in Chandler. Vice Mayor Christine Ellis, who is a dear friend of ours for many, many years, she will be partnering with us. City of Chandler just received a big designation. They are now an aging-friendly, dementia-friendly city.
Oh,
And so the mayor's having a big proclamation next Thursday night. We're gonna go to that.
that's awesome.
And so our community is beginning to embrace the idea that, hey, we're getting older. You know, it's
Well,
like, and
well,
we need
yeah,
to do
no,
things we can to
but
support
we-
everybody.
If you wanna stay home, and a lot of people
Yep.
wanna stay
Yep.
home, you gotta stay safe. Now, we want you on top of this, and please make sure that right now, today, if you want to, this is they're free events. They want you to go, they're educating everybody out there. It's at 3:30, and it's at the Embassy Suites in Biltmore. It's free, it makes sense to go. Now, and also, by the way, maybe it's not you, tell somebody about this. That's what networking is all about. Now, the other thing that we wanted to talk about is, you have a mission, and it's an aging in place. And I want you to talk a little bit about that.
So for years, we've been on the end where we've helped families, you know, kind of at the end of a crisis or in the midst of a crisis, we've helped them find a solution, and it's the long-term care, the assisted living. Really, though, when you take a step back, that heart of education, the educator is part of this. We want to reach people further upstream before the crisis. Be prepared for this, right? We cannot stop aging from coming. We're all on the conveyor belt of getting older. And so why not normalize the conversations? Why not expose it? Like you said, you know, our parents are gonna wanna hide it, and either they don't wanna be bothered, or they're ashamed and they don't wanna
Yeah.
tell, right? And so if your family doesn't live here, or you're gonna see your parents maybe for the first time in a while, with the holidays, as you mentioned, in love, tell them we need to talk.
Yes.
Tell them, can we have the first of multiple conversations? I told my mom for years I would never do anything to you, always within 4, until the decisions you're making impact your safety and complicate up. So there's a caveat to that. I mean, we're in this together, Mom, but you didn't let me as a teenager go out and run around and be an idiot and get in trouble with the law. At some point, parents have to step in and be the parent. There is a transition that happens when we as the adult kids have to assert ourselves a bit in that in love, and it's a painful journey. I know, I've cried sometimes over this.
But if you're aware,
Yeah.
this is what I wanna
That's why we
say. I've
gotta talk
been
about it.
trying to get this out of my mouth for the longest time, and now I'm gonna say it. You have to be aware. Do not, pull the wool over your eyes of your own self. Because I'm gonna tell you, my ex-mother-in-law, I saw her one time, her sweater was on, it was at like 100 degrees out, right? She had him over her hands, and I even said something to my ex-husband. I said, it seems strange, your mom doesn't seem herself, and she's wearing this sweater over her hand. Oh, she's fine. No, you have to ask questions. Mom, and when you talk about love, this is love.
That's love.
When you talk, this is real true love. Now, another thing that we wanted to talk about, networking. It just so happens that when you were here
Yeah.
to one of the shows, I had somebody that I wanted you to meet, and I connected you to, and what happened?
Well, Bettina gave me her husband Will's phone number. Will is a licensed contractor, has done tons and tons of work over the years for the state, often doing modifications in homes of people that have disabilities, things like that. But he was expanding his reach to do modifications for people who are aging also. And so as part of that aging in place mentality, we're in direct conversation and plan on in January, February, launching a chapter, an Arizona chapter of a national organization called the National Aging in Place Council, the NAIPC.
Wow.
That is an organization that's a nonprofit that educates their communities in the markets that they're in, bringing together guys that do home modification, real estate people, move managers,
Wow.
all the services that I'm talking about under one umbrella, under the umbrella of a nonprofit. And so that nonprofit can continue to educate our community on these very important issues about aging in place. So we're already doing it. We're gonna do it under
Just
the umbrella.
bigger.
And so when I called Will last week and said, hey, we've gotta get together and I need to find out more about you and learn about your business, we just hit it off. And so here we are, just doing what you do, just getting people together. And that led me to a gentleman that I think we've got a lot of future work to do together and impact to make through this Aging in Place Council. There's gonna be a ton of people that wanna stay home that we're gonna talk to, that Will and his team can get in and do the right quality work. And, you know, contractors and all that, man, people feel like they're getting worked and
Right.
who's gonna get an honest deal? It's like a car thing, you know, it's
Right.
like, who do you know, a guy that's gonna be honest, take care of your car or fix stuff in your house? Will's that guy.
Well, and so are you.
Thank you.
Yes, and you know what? He's A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, and when you work with people, it is a free service to the families. And I must say that a lot of people don't even realize there are people like you that are even out there. But number one, you were it. And I'm saying this for everyone listening out there. If you need information, if you have a parent that you don't know really what's going on, do it soon.
Yeah.
Get on that phone, give him a call,
Yeah.
and he can help you, and you will be so happy that you did. His phone number to call is 602-845-1320. Check him out on his website, which is optionsforseniorliving.com. You also, because we only have a couple of more minutes,
Yep.
are excited about, you're gonna start this Friday, and you're gonna start a podcast.
Yeah. Well, it's all based on the years I've been doing this presentation. I did it last week for a financial advisor and all of her clients, and we called it Storm Clouds on the Horizon. Well, I've been wanting to take that message broader and use it in my messaging to address various professionals who either have clients or they are employers and HR managers that have those folks that are feeling the pain, like my buddy Missy. So Friday I'm going to interview Missy, but the podcast is called Don't Let Haboob Hit You in the Face.
I love it.
And so I show some pictures of the big haboob we just had this summer.
That's great.
But obviously the reality of it is that these individuals, these families are feeling the pain of someone's aging journey. It's impacting their health, it's impacting the family system. Financially, my mom's issues not only take a lot of time to manage, but Carol, Mom doesn't have the assets anymore. So my brothers and I have been ponying up to help. So it's a financial thing for a lot of people too. So
We want you to get on top of it. That's number one. And they want you to be able to stay safe at home. So today at 3:30, go to the Embassy Suites in Biltmore, and it's going to be fabulous. You're going to love it. And right now, turn around and get yourself over there. Okay? It's a free event. It's at 3:30 to 5 p.m. Did I get enough out for you?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
awesome.
Watch yourself.